Welcome to Married AF. We are your hosts, Brooke and Randall Fowler. On this show, we discuss the topics that really matter.
Like big veiny cocks and our favorite TV shows.
So pull up a chair at our kitchen table and hang out.
While I bulldog my nuts.
Hello,
Howdy, folks.
fuckers.
What's going on with you? We are back just days after the last time we recorded.
Yeah,
Feel like we're getting back in the swing of things again.
but this will be episode number 71 with the lovely Richard Tillman.
Our 1 year anniversary episode.
Yep. So we will
Planned
be,
it like this perfectly
of
from the
course,
jump.
for our guest of the year for 2018. He's our 1 year podcast anniversary episode. And by the time everybody hears this, we'll be back from Disney. It was great.
I'm exhausted and broke.
That's some foreshadowing because we leave in a week, but by the time y'all hear this, it'll be like a week after we were there. So
Yeah, shout out to my middle school friend Amy from Challenger Middle School that commented on our Facebook page. She loves our show.
Oh, Amy Lavin.
Yeah.
Is that how I say her last name?
It was different in middle school. That's
Oh.
her married name. But
Yeah.
Amy will know who she is. Proud to have her as a listener. She looks exactly the same as she looked when we were 12 still.
I think she's the one with the blonde hair and
She's the snowboard.
yeah, I'm
has
just trying to remember
couple
because there
kids.
is a friend of yours that I remember you showed me a picture like side by side and I was like, oh my gosh, like she hasn't aged barely.
None
like,
of the girls from Colorado aged.
I know.
There's Jenny Davis, Amanda Neufeld. I think Amanda's who you're talking about.
yeah,
Um,
maybe.
Amy, zero
It's
aging.
just happiness and
Good air.
low humidity.
Low humidity
It's the key.
is the key.
Also, which is honestly
And happiness.
happiness. Yeah. Like scientifically, though, humidity should help
Your
you
skin
look
should be drier than piss. It should be the opposite.
in Colorado. Yes.
But your happiness is that much more important that it keeps you from aging
Yeah. There you go.
in Colorado.
That. Sure.
But I think she lives in like Oklahoma now or Texas.
Oh. So it's all irrelevant. But holla, we're glad you listened.
Yep. Thank you, Amy.
And
We appreciate you.
yeah. So we can go ahead and give Richard a call if you
Yeah,
want.
let's call him up. This fucking guy.
Oh God, the phone locked. All right, here we go.
What if he doesn't answer?
Hello.
Hello.
What up there?
What's going on?
Nada, man. We just got done letting all the listeners know that this somehow worked out perfectly. You're going to be our 1 year anniversary guest and the guest. That's crazy. Couldn't have
Oh,
planned
right
that
now,
any
this is
better.
your 1 year anniversary, huh?
Yeah, this
Well,
will be the
it'll-
1 year.
This will post.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. This will post on the 25th of this month. So we've got a couple that are kind of like we got one that'll come out tomorrow, and then one that'll come out while we're in Disney, and then this one will come out on the 25th, which aligns perfectly with our 1 year anniversary. I was like, that's exactly the way it should be.
Well, that's perfect. I learned from last time you're already recording. That's why I didn't answer as Rush Limbaugh. So,
Absolutely.
Hey, we're down for all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, we love it. So, so how's everything going with you, man?
good, man. Everything is good. Just, kids are good. Wife is good. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, how's the new house?
We're not in there yet.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
already done, moved.
So did we. So did we. You know, I don't think construction's ever finished on time, so it's we shouldn't be too shocked.
Well, and you don't even have the excuse in Cal. Like here, rain is a factor
Always.
of like, but like out there, they don't even have that excuse. They're just like, we're late.
Yeah, exactly. But in California, incompetence is always an excuse.
Yes, and they get paid 3 times as much as everybody. So.
That's the truth. That's the truth. But our weather is nice, so we'll take it.
Well, we do have to know that just for to put listeners' minds at ease, have the paparazzi stopped bothering you since you were crowned guest of the year yet, or are they still hounding you?
Yeah, I got really lucky. They never started. See, that's the beauty. They can't see your face on a podcast, so I can still walk around with anonymity. It's really nice.
We were worried.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know what? I will say people do take photos when I go for walks with that belt on.
with just the belt on for some
That's
reason.
it. Yeah. Well, that might be it too. There is nothing else on.
Dropping the kids off at school. Like, bye.
Yeah. And my kids love that belt more than I do, which is
of course.
that's not an easy thing to do.
Nah,
I have to fight them for it. They're always playing with it. The thing's glorious. Thanks again for providing that.
oh,
Of
dude, we're happy to
course.
do it.
No, the picture of your son holding it up like it's a wrestling, like WWE championship belt is the best.
Well, he's actually damn near impossible to get to take a photo, and he just was like posing. He was asking me to take pictures with it, so
Oh yeah,
that's how cool that belt is to him.
Heck yeah.
yeah. That's what Gunner would have done.
Oh, yeah.
for sure. He's got a couple of the WWE like replica belts and like a boss, but. I mean, even I was surprised when the belt came in. I was like, "Damn, this thing is cool."
Oh yeah,
I had to put it on.
I thought the same thing. Well, once I saw that picture you posted with it, I'm
Yeah.
like, "It as hell." And then it came, and it certainly it didn't disappoint.
Nice.
I put that thing on. I was like, "Wow, this actually is legitimate." I was.
I
Yeah, I bet it was hard to put in the mailbox.
Oh no! I mean,
Well, that's
of
why I was
course,
like-
yeah. I was like, man, maybe we'll just share this.
He sent me a
We'll just-
picture. I was like, put it in the box and send it to Richard.
just throw some white out on it and keep it.
All right, well, here, babe, let's do our shot. We'll do to
yep.
guest of the year and 1 year anniversary. We'll knock out
Yes.
our muscle vodka shot.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Sorry, I'm a walker when I talk. In fact, I actually was on the phone with my buddy Adam the other day at like 2 a.m, and 2 cop cars pulled up, and people in my neighborhood called because they thought I was a predator. Apparently.
Well, I never talk on the phone. You know, Brooke will attest to that. But when I do, I can't sit down. I just
Yeah, that's me.
pace.
I'm literally walking in my neighborhood right now.
Yeah, I can't do it. I cannot do it. It's impossible. It drives people mad too. Like people are disgusted by me.
I understand it. I get up and walk around the house when I'm on the phone too. So, or outside.
Yeah, well, now I need to find a place to walk because I don't need the cops called on me. They made me go wake up my wife and everything. I'm like, really?
Oh my
Because
god.
Yeah, it was a joke, but whatever.
And it's not even your new neighborhood, so it's
No,
like...
no, but now I know. Now I know the neighbors are happy I'm moving. So
Yeah. Well,
God.
that's flat out ridiculous. Well, sorry, I had to put a dip in. That was my question number 1, Richard. Is have you ever dipped before?
oh yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. Do everything once, twice if you like it, right?
Oh yeah.
Or for
So
30 years.
and I didn't like it, and I've done it twice. But no, cigarettes my choice of tobacco.
Yeah.
And I've quit here and there. I'm kind of off now. I'm off and on, But yeah, the dip, I've never been a big fan. It didn't take to me really easily. But cigarettes, I was like a duck to water. So that was the one I couldn't put down once I picked it up.
That's rough, man. That's like it's weird how people are like that because, of course, dipping was that for me. Like, people don't just slowly, though, ease into cigarette. Like, they're like, yep.
Yeah,
These got
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, well, the first one's like, The second one's a little better, and the third one is unbelievable.
I know. I smoked when I was like young, like teenager, so I remember. I still have dreams. Like, I mean, I've only smoked for a short number of years as a teenager, but I still have dreams of smoking. And then, like, when I was in college and stuff, like, when I'd get drunk, I'd smoke. I was one of those girls, but...
Oh, yeah, I've lost about $3,000 to people like you.
I think everyone was like that in college, though. It was such a
I only
bullshit
smoke what I
excuse.
drink. Well, they're $9 a pack now, so I'm giving you 50 cents every time I do that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I would at least buy my own pack, but they were still only, I mean, I'm old. They were still only like $3 a pack.
Well, Brooke had Brooke's mom was one of those moms that when she was like 13, her mom was like, "Oh, you want to
15,
smoke?
15.
Go ahead. You can smoke here." And she bought her the cigarettes and like
Yeah.
let her friends smoke there. And it worked because she quit. So she never took up smoking as an
She
adult.
reverse
but damn.
psychologized me, technically.
Yeah, I've heard a few people that their parents made them sit and smoke a whole pack and then they never touched them again or whatever. I don't know if that's a wives' tale or not, but I've heard it a few times. Yours is legit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was almost like, I don't know. I wanted to quit because realized that I didn't want to age myself. It was vanity reasons. I didn't like the smell of it like on me all the time, and I didn't want to age myself prematurely. But I let my mom think forever that it was because she like that she like bought them for me, and it wasn't taboo anymore or whatever. I was like, sure, yeah, that was totally it, Mom.
Yeah, I'm one of those where if my mom goes, "Are you gonna quit?" I mean, if I was gonna quit the next day, that just bought me 6 more months. I'm like, I was about to quit tomorrow, but since you said it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep smoking.
Typical, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's just a man thing.
That shit's
I was gonna
hilarious.
take out the trash, but then you asked.
Right. Now, never.
Sorry, won't do it till next week.
Hey, well, I wanted to bring this subject up because I listened back to our first podcast when I was at the gym today lifting weights, just kind of like refresh what all we talked about. And it's funny because you said something on that episode where you thought the pendulum was swinging to where, like, in 20 years, every president will have a dick pic. Like, do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like we're almost seeing it right now with all the blackface pictures.
Oh my God.
Oh
like
yeah.
Everybody, like it's coming out that lived in the 80s, like all these politicians and actors. Because in the 80s, and I mean, you got to be honest, I saw it all the time in the late 80s, early 90s during Halloween. People were different, but their pictures are coming out, and it is people that have wanted to like light people on fire that do blackface, and then now their blackface pictures are coming out from college and shit, just like Richard was saying. So
yeah, even that to me, that discussion, obviously, because it's all over the place, has been brought up, and it's it's obviously a completely disgusting scenario if it's done it's like everything's just changed though. That's the thing. I feel like so because we were talking before when people would talk, like with kids with different terms like fat ass and fat fuck, all these things that you learn, and you don't say it in malice necessarily. You just, that's like the kind of term. It's kind of like any like homophobic slurs people used to say, faggot and queer, and they use it. It didn't mean it in the way that it, obviously it's hurtful. They shouldn't be used right now, and people know that. But I think it's like the intent and all that sort of stuff that they have. And I think a lot of these politicians meant it in a bigoted, horrific fashion. Yeah. It's never acceptable. But obviously, it's like, what do you mean by it? And I think with a lot of these people, they probably they definitely meant it like a racist asshole.
Oh, of course. But here, my thing about that whole subject is, of course, it's terrible now, and people are more educated to people's sensitivities and all that. But I hate, one of my pet peeves is people that throw stones, like, especially when
hypocritical.
when you live in a glass house, you just can't. So it's not smart to get on your high horse about somebody that has done that. Say somebody's blackface pic comes out where in 1988 they were Michael Jordan because he was their favorite ball player, whatever. Whether that's distasteful now or not is one thing, but so you rip them to shreds, and then yours comes out where you were Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
Like, how in the world can you rip that? Like, people got to just be nicer. Give people at least a chance. Nobody gives anyone a chance anymore. You're fucked.
Well, even hell, Ted Danson did it when he was married to Whoopi Goldberg or dating or whatever the hell the situation was.
I remember that.
And people lost their minds. It's like, well, I think Whoopi was cool with it. She was with him. She probably put the makeup on him.
Yeah.
So I think it's, again, it's more what was your intent and what do you mean? I don't think Ted Danson meant it in some malicious fashion.
No, that's exactly right. They did a skit on Saturday Night Live last night about it, and it was like, wasn't it like a bunch of politicians in a room?
One of them
and he
one.
was asking every single one if they'd ever done it, and then like half of them were like no, and then they were like, well, would it count if I dressed as somebody with a fat black ass?
Yeah. Or if it was in the 80s.
Like, what if it was in the 80s? It was the 80s. Like, oh, it still counts.
What, did you ever see that Eddie Murphy when he dressed in whiteface?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dave Chappelle.
That was one of the funniest damn things on the planet.
Yeah, and Dave Chappelle does it on the Chappelle Show forever ago.
All the time.
My God, and it's hysterical.
Oh, it is. Well, that's the thing. I mean, again, it's all intent and all that. I mean, if you're a bigoted asshole, whether you paint yourself as blackface or not, well, you're an asshole.
But even if now you do it and your true intent isn't malice, it's still, you're going to be burned at the stake.
Well, yeah.
And you know what? And nowadays people should know better, and rightfully so.
Exactly,
But in
that's
the
what I was
80s, it was
gonna
a
say.
different beast.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, it's like anything. You can't take the morals and or knowledge of today and judge people from the 70s and that type of shit. It's just a different time. So
It's not
I think
even
that's
playing
a big
field.
problem.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I wish these politicians that are now in their 50s, when someone that's in their 30s now fucks up, they would have some smarts enough then to tear them to pieces and act holier than thou when they know that when they were 30, they were fuck ups too, or when they were 20, you know, and just how it would be nice to hear some people just be like, you know what, that was a dumbass decision that they had in the 80s, but you know, who cares? They didn't
Yeah, and we've
mean
all
anything
done it,
by
right? We've all done it. Hopefully they'll learn and grow from it. You don't need to, burn them at the stake.
Right.
Because Jimmy Fallon, the reason I ask is Jimmy Fallon and who's the other
Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel. Both of them can't even talk about this issue on their Tonight Show, you know, their late night shows, about this Virginia governor or whatever, the guy that had it.
Wow.
Because they both have pictures from in the 90s where they were in characters on The Man Show and on SNL where they were in blackface. So they're literally pigeonholed where they can't bring it up and like joke about this guy.
So they can't even poke fun at themselves about it?
No, because
then they'll
it's
be
a career. It's like a derailment.
Even if he was doing it for like
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, if I would just make fun of myself with it and bring it up either way.
Exactly.
You know, again, that's where you could cut somebody some slack. It's like, well, maybe they meant it the way I meant it when I did that skit.
Right.
Yeah, and I know me, and I'm not racist, and I didn't have any,
no ill intent.
Back then. But now this politician that had it in Virginia, like he was standing next to a Ku Klux Klan member, like,
and he had
ridiculous.
a shirt. It was like a month after Hurricane Katrina, or like 2 months after, and it was like his shirt said Katrina victim or something. Like,
no,
awful.
That's a different one.
Is it different? Oh,
yeah, this guy's
for
older.
Fuck's
There's
sake,
so many
really?
Yeah, there's so many.
It's
of
a
them.
different one.
Yeah, but so did you catch the Super Bowl, Richard?
I did.
What'd you think? Were you as bored as I was?
Asleep.
No, well, I actually liked watching defenses do. I thought the defenses were unbelievable, and I thought that was kind of fun to watch. I mean, I like when defenses, like, because cornerback is one of those positions that I just have the utmost respect for, because and in the Super Bowl, the cornerbacks were running routes basically better than the damn receivers, and I thought that was impressive to see. I mean, it's obviously you want to see more scoring to a point, but I didn't find it as. I mean, I get it where people want to see the scoring, but I was entertained enough, And I usually have your bullshit with people having beers, so
yeah,
it didn't affect my my enjoyment of that Sunday.
That's why I'm surprised you didn't like it more, babe. As an Alabama fan, which defense is your thing.
Oh, I've always been a defensive respecter.
Right. So that's why I'm surprised you were so horribly bored with it. I think you just, because there was zero skin in the game at all.
Well,
we could have cared less.
Well, there weren't even really good drives either. It wasn't like it was like a lot of 3 and outs. I mean, it wasn't even fun drives. It wasn't even like a field goal game. It took forever to get the point. So
yeah.
I mean, I can understand it, but people were pretty damn bored. I mean, I know everyone hates Tom Brady because he's the perfect quarterback and has the best life, and everyone hates his guts for it. But I think it's just impressive as hell what he's been able to do.
For sure. Dude, I can't hate on him. I was just mad because I'm a Saints fan, and
they got robbed.
That was fucking bullshit.
That no call.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a joke. That was unbelievable.
Total joke. I was so mad for I don't get super mad about football shit usually. But I was pissed.
I'm not a Saints fan at all, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me.
I know. Everybody was like, what?
Yeah, and of course, Drew Brees, Mr. Awesome guy, nicest guy on earth, he takes it and, points no fingers after the game when Sean Payton is angrier than shit and Drew Brees is saying everything right. Like, I love that guy. Drew Brees.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's the best. I would have liked.
He does everything right. I don't know how he does that.
No, me either. But it impressed me. Me and Brooke, neither one of us could hate on Tom Brady. That guy came. He does more with less than anyone I've ever seen play the game, and that includes his unimpressive athleticism and body.
Oh, I know. It's unbelievable. And that's the thing too. Everyone, they, I get why people hate the Yankees because they've been winning for 180 years.
Yeah.
haven't done shit until they had him, really. You know, so it's like this is just a section in time, this like 19, 20 years. You guys watch when he's gone and Belichick are gone, they're not going to do shit.
Oh God.
So it's like people should just enjoy it for now. You know, like everyone's like, oh, enough. You know, the Patriots aren't going to be on the radar once, in my opinion, once him and Belichick are gone. So just enjoy it. And if you don't want them in the Super Bowl, then fucking beat them.
That's
right.
What
exactly.
you have to do. You have to beat them.
I would have liked.
You know, you want them to just quit and let you win. You know, that. You know, I just don't understand why people complain. You don't like it, win.
So were you not rooting for the Rams since they're LA now?
Well, you know what? I'm not I was rooting for their fans, but I don't like when owners take their team wherever the hell they want.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm not.
And it would have been cool for them, obviously. But again, LA fans are usually, I love LA and all that, but their fans are pretty damn fickle. So
yeah, that's like Atlanta.
But I like watching them. I love any coach that's 33. That's just impressive as all get up to me.
God, that's super impressive.
I know.
And that guy carries himself like he's a 75-year-old that's been in the league for years. So I got nothing but respect for him. That was the thing. The Super Bowl, I didn't really care who won because I'd have been happy for either one of them.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wanted them to win just because, I mean, you know, I don't hate on Tom Brady, but it's like, okay, you have plenty.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Your legacy is pretty well
everybody knows.
Solidified.
And that, like, with that super young coach, I was like, you know, but then I was also kind of like bitter from the Saints game thing where I was like, I hope Tom Brady beats the shit out of him. And then, but I really didn't care when it boiled down to it. And we watched maybe a quarter and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's so slow now. The Super Bowl takes so long. Like that's what kills me with baseball. Baseball, I love football. I enjoyed playing more than anything. Because baseball, which I was really good at, but the game took so fucking long. Like it just felt. Now football's starting to feel that way. And I'm more of a college football guy than pro anyway. But with Tom Brady, what kills me is I've never seen a quarterback slower that's so damn good and can move in the
like,
pocket.
Remember Dan Marino at towards the end of his career?
Oh,
he couldn't move at all, but he could just take one half-step shuffle and they would miss him, you know, and that's kind of what Brady's learned is how to just move at the right time and just avoid it. So his wisdom is what beats people. It's certainly not his
athleticism,
his athletic skills.
No, when he takes off on a rare run, it's like slow motion.
It's like when Peyton Manning would run and be like, "Oh Lord have mercy."
But Peyton at least looks rangy and unathletic, and so at least match. Like with Tom Brady, you'd think, all right, well it's gonna pick up in a second. Nope. It doesn't.
Yeah, no one that handsome could be that slow.
Right.
Yeah. And Dan Marino, to his defense, and I'm sure Richard will attest to this, at the end of his career, he had braces on every joint from his toes to his hips.
Yeah.
Because he was blowing
it looked like
Achilles.
He was wearing a diaper almost. He had so much padding.
And he had tore his Achilles, and his knees were like, it was the grossest brace job I'd ever seen. And he could.
Yeah, they hadn't perfected the design back then. That's for sure.
They weren't streamlined and like not super clunky.
Well,
no, you could almost get them caught together. They were like Forrest Gump braces.
Oh God.
They almost made him like bow-legged, like because you know you'd see sparks when he ran from where the hinges were hitting each other.
No, that's the truth. Well, I'm a huge fan of that guy. That guy's unbelievable.
Dude, he had the prettiest release in history, flat out.
He's super cool. I mean, yeah, he's one of the best to ever play. That's one of the things that pisses me off about people that, you know, they're like championships. I'm like, he's up there. I mean, to me, he's a Joe Montana. He's a Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, it's like Drew Brees.
You can't count.
He's one of the greatest of all time for sure. And they've been to one Super Bowl. I mean, he's got one Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, you can't base it off championships.
Yeah, it's not tennis.
No.
Right. I mean, and he's also won 11,000 record breakers every season, and
they put Dan Marino's for sure a Mount Rushmore quarterback. I would say that to everybody, but guys like him, Warren Moon, they get underappreciated because they didn't have championships. Warren Moon threw for 1.2 million yards if you include what he threw for in the USFL. And people forget about
that guy had a beautiful throw.
I don't know who that is.
He was one of the first superstar black quarterbacks.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like
what team?
Yeah, he's
Oilers.
Oh God, long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
He played on a couple different teams, though.
Yeah, he stayed on. I mean, he was like Satchel Paige. He played till like his mid-40s when guys
he was
didn't
like
play until
he was
their
like 42,
mid-40s.
I think, when he was finished.
Yeah, he gets underappreciated, but Dan will always be the isotoner guy to me. Just
Yeah, Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura. Yes, that's what he is for me.
well, did you happen to catch the new
Laces out.
or the controversial Gillette commercial, Richard?
I kind of did. I didn't see it fully, but it seemed like it was a kind of a nice, trying to send a nice message. I don't know. What were they? What was the gist?
Well, it depends.
Remind me a little.
It depends on who you talk to. Like to me, it's hard to talk nowadays. There's so much fake outrage that on all sides, right? Like no matter what side you're on, people are too fucking sensitive. So they got to find a reason to take offense to it. So men are acting like it's all men.
Well, to me, it was like the one I saw that if that's what it was, I was kind of laughing because to me it was like fake. Yeah, like you're saying, talk about fake outrage. It was kind of, everyone was saying it's like an anti-masculinity kind of a.
Yeah, it's virtue
commercial.
signaling. It's virtue signaling like a motherfucker for sure. And it's
I haven't seen it.
well, it's basically saying men do better, like and
I know you've told
lumping
me
men into it. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I know that I'm I'd say I'm an above average guy, all in all. I would
say you're
barely
well above average.
right above average.
Well
So,
above.
But sometimes I think whoever smelt it dealt it. And so when people are outraged and crying too much, that it probably
just struck a chord, right? Is that what you're getting at? It's like, okay, now you just struck a chord because I am a piece of shit. I could be better. And I don't like your commercial, and now I'm buying shit. Whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, they're
outrage.
Yeah, I think I do. I know what it is, but when I saw it, I'm like, that's it? I didn't care to look much further.
Yeah.
I don't usually care too much about razor blade politics.
No, that's what I said. That was all that I said, Richard, was I told Brooke, I said, I wish they'd just stay in their lane. I don't want to hear from my razor blade company.
Why don't you just tell me about your razors?
What to be, where my morals should be or anything like that. Like, just sell me the fucking razors, bro.
Yeah, is Chester Cheetah going to start doing the Me Too movement?
Oh, my God.
Give me the fucking chips.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Jeez Louise.
Well, no, they definitely need to stay in their lane when it comes to that. But I don't see why people, because I did see it, and so that clearly was the one. But I just thought, okay, great, yeah, be a better dad, be a better husband,
Sure.
I don't see why that's a problem unless oh damn, they just pigeonholed me.
I know, I'm a piece of shit. So why are they calling me?
Well, because right now everybody feels like they have to be on a team. Like in everything, like you get they're attacking team man. We're pissed.
Well, right now it's like, the most unpopular thing is to be a man, apparently. like why?
I mean, it's easy to be. There's got to be someone you can beat up on, and nowadays that's about all you can beat up on because everybody else is off limits. So I mean, who cares,
now you just have to make sure you're in the right circle. It's like that's why I think people kind of are isolating themselves because God forbid you say something in front of somebody else that they get offended by it, even if it's not that big of a deal, because they have to like know you for years before they'll know you're joking or
right.
It's like, I just don't put too much stock when I'm, bullshitting with somebody, what they're saying. They're I don't take it as like their be all end all.
Right.
Most people don't come up to you and tell you their deepest, darkest secrets. So if they're saying something, they're probably joking around.
Right. Exactly.
And if you're willing to joke about it, it's like, if you're going to sit there and joke about cheating on your wife, you probably don't do it.
Yeah.
True.
It's like, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But the guy's like, what, you joke about that? Well, yeah, you don't? Well, no, because then she might be onto me.
Yeah. Because then she's going to start looking.
Then I'm busted.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the guy who takes his phone into the bathroom everywhere he goes. It's like, look into that, babe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that at length on this show. Like, that's a huge... I think with a lot of people with relationships now with these phones, man, they are relationship enders like a motherfucker.
If you got something to hide, then yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. Like
but if you don't, then
killers.
You're fine.
All right. Well, I want to jump into the listener questions because we promised everybody we'd get to them, and I don't want to.
All right.
Because we got a good bit.
I'll
go first.
Okay.
Actually, you go first. You pick one and go.
Me go first. I did
Yeah.
see that a couple of these mention farts, so we're
Yeah.
keeping it mature.
Yeah, I mean, it's not from us.
That's all my kids talk about.
We are all experts here because we have boys.
Hey, I got fart answers. This is good topics for me.
Okay, so I'll start with one of those. What do you do if your partner accidentally breaks wind during sex? Ignore it, acknowledge the fart, stop the sex.
Great question.
Well, for starters, my wife doesn't fart.
Then she's a good one.
Exactly. That's exactly
so
right.
I didn't know women don't fart. Didn't know people weren't aware of that. But if for some miracle she did, I would just ignore it.
Same answer as me.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I'm working over here. I got bigger shit to fry.
Well, yeah, and I
There's
don't
happening.
I don't want this to. I don't want it to ever happen again. So I'm going to ignore it.
It's never.
And we both know neither one of us wants that to happen again. So let's just keep going forward. Let's push through this.
She would be so mortified, as would I, that it's like, fuck, don't say. I mean, like, no, it doesn't happen because I don't do that, babe.
Well, let me tell you, the guy that acknowledges the fart clearly never wants to get laid again. If he's going to be like, what a crazy shit, you just shit your pants.
Like pointing and laughing.
You're never going to get laid again,
That's
sir.
the same asshole that goes, yeah, you do look fat in that dress.
Right.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah. Idiot.
All right. Here's a good one. Rich, when you were auditioning, did you ever get propositioned or casting couched? Big fan, man.
Does that mean like?
No, I'd had more jobs.
Is that like getting Harvey Weinstein?
No, it never got brought up. It wasn't. No, it didn't happen. Unfortunately.
Casting couch is where it usually happens to women, but like, where the casting director's like, hey baby, I can get you this role real probably if you'll. And it's
when usually, I mean, you audition with, it's pretty rare you're just auditioning with just the casting director.
Right.
There's usually like an assistant or somebody like a reader or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a room full of people.
Yeah. But no, I did have some weird guy, and I'm still waiting for these to pop up. Some creepy bastard at the gym wanted me to do something. I thought it was like, he's like for fitness something. And looking back, I wasn't even that good of shape, but I was delusional enough to think I was. So I went to do it. And then in hindsight, I'm pretty sure that guy was just a rapist. So, but nothing happened. I just I took some pictures with my shirt off or something. And in hindsight, I'm like, I don't think that guy was as professional as I gave him credit for.
You just made a deposit into his spank bank for him.
Exactly. He's going to sell that for $1 to Inquire if I ever do anything.
Well, that's like that dog food commercial that I did when I was a kid. That there's all those pictures. Me and my neighborhood buddies, we were playing football in Colorado.
I almost just spit my drink
And
out.
there's pictures of this shit, Richard. Like this guy that was like, hey kids, ask your parents if y'all can be in a dog food commercial and take pictures for a dog food ad. And we were like, yes, we're going to be stars. And there's pictures everywhere. And I remember the guy. Like, I remember even then.
You'd never told me that ever until Jordan posted those pictures.
I blocked it out, clearly. I forgot about it.
And then you told me the whole sketchy situation. I couldn't believe it. Some guy driving by in a van's like, hey, kids.
And he took all of our pictures. It's 4 boys, like, sprawled out around a shitty dog house with a dog in front. Like, I know there was some sketchiness to that shit.
Yeah. Did you ask him why you had to have your shirt off and you were the one eating the dog food?
Yeah.
Right.
What is the deal?
Why do I have to wear this collar?
Yeah, what's up with this?
I know. All I remember is all of us being like, well, this was it. Our life before was normal, and now we're rich.
Now we're famous.
Yeah, I'll be
I
doing.
think that's one of those things. That's why, because people, when you're down there, I mean, you want to do your dreams so much. It's like it's kind of easy to take advantage of people, and that they're vulnerable in that way. It's like you're flirting with people's dreams, and if they're this close to getting it, I can see why a lot of that happens.
Oh, that's why it's so
Oh,
fucked
for
up.
sure.
Yeah, getting Harvey Weinstein.
So, oh yeah. I don't wish that guy's body on any woman.
No,
That's horrible.
Fuck no.
God no! What a
sack of trash.
His face is so shitty. Like the worst face on earth. The ugliest bastard.
And he's shaped like a potato. Just no.
And who would think he's got a worse personality?
Right.
It's like, that's unbelievable.
Ugly on the inside and out.
Yeah. I never met him or anything, but I've heard some stories about him, so I don't think he's that good of a dude.
All right, so Richard, are you a beer or a liquor guy? And what are your favorite beers or liquor drinks?
I used to be a liquor guy, and then bail got too expensive,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah, sounds
switched.
about right.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll take a shot or something, but very rare, and it's usually early on in the, if I'm having it, like it's like before I have the like 3 or 4 beers or something.
Yeah.
But I prefer beer. If it's 100 plus, I'll probably just go with a box of urine, like some Bud Light or Miller Light or whatever. But I like 805. Well, there's a beer here that I really like. It's called General Sherman, and it's a really good beer. But like I like Sam Adams. Whatever. I'm not a snob by any means.
Are you
I don't like?
Do you like IPAs?
I was just about to.
God, how do you do it? I can't.
I don't. That's the thing. I'll have like 3 of them. I would never drink like
they feel
12 of them.
They feel like I'm drinking my grandma's
tastes
potpourri bowl that was
like,
right by her ashtray.
Yeah, it tastes like soap to me.
Yeah, some of them aren't. Some are obviously better than others, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, no, it depends. I mean, those are kind of hit or miss for sure.
Yeah. Well, besides that, you and Randall really are brothers because liquor is. I mean, we do our shots on the show here, but
that's it. I can't drink liquor more than that.
Yeah,
I'm a monster.
He's
Richard.
fired from getting
Oh
drunk.
yeah, no, that's my wife and her friends call me RTC for Richard Tillman crazy, and so because I've never met that guy, nor do I want to, but I know she has.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I feel
we
her
have
pain.
the same stories, dude.
Better person on it.
That shit, back in the day, I would drink, 20 Grey Goose and cranberries, and you don't taste them, like they're just gone.
Well, and then when you black out, you don't realize you keep drinking them, and then that's when I call him Larry because his first name is really Larry. I don't like Larry.
No, Larry will try to fight everybody.
Everybody.
Like, clearly an asshole. I can't stand. I mean, I would hate him. Like seriously. Like I despise guys like
Randall
that.
doesn't know him though because he never remembers. He wakes up the next day like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, "Get out."
That's how I am, and my wife will look at me like, "Oh my God, are you for real?
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't remember shit."
Exactly.
And then I'm in the fetal position. That's the thing. I turn into this devil, and then I wake up and I'm like, "Oh hey babe."
I know.
Oh,
don't hey babe me.
Yeah.
That has happened.
Exactly.
For real, Red. That's what made me quit drinking it like 6 years ago. An incident just like that. Like we woke up and I was like, "Oh, hey babe, why does my hand hurt so bad? Why does my forehead hurt?" And she's like, "Oh God, where do I begin?"
I know. I was like, "You punched your dashboard. You headbutted the wall. You broke up with me."
I made my friend punch me in the face.
I was like, "So, are you going home? Like, what's?"
No, but seriously, what happened last night?
Oh yeah. And he literally was clueless. Like, you're lying. I'm like, oh my God. And it was like my birthday, I think that night.
All right,
it's never an opportune time, but yeah, no, that I kind of stopped. But if I were, I used to drink a lot of Captain Morgan and Coke.
That is yummy.
But this, everyone should know about this, so I'll just throw it out there since we're speaking of liquor. Rumplemints and Baileys tastes like Christmas. If you take a shot of Rumplemints and put like 3/4 a little bit of Baileys.
Oh God, yeah.
We did that.
Unbelievable.
It tastes like a Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Don't do more than a couple because that stuff is like 100 proof.
That's lethal. Yeah, we did that when we were first doing all our crazy shots on the show. Randall would come home like every day with something new from the liquor store, and that was one of the ones we did, and I was like, "Oh, this is dangerous."
It's one of the rare good ones.
Ooh, yeah. I was like, "This is like candy, and you need to take it from me right now."
All right.
Well, you should know by the label. It has like SS labels on it.
Right.
German crazy. I mean, they let you know what it is pretty quickly.
Skull and crossbones.
This question is fucking hilarious.
Go.
Richard, I have a problem and I need help. And you know that we put the bat signal out. We told listeners to send in, relationship questions or whatever for you this time. And this one is hilarious. Richard, I have a problem and I need help. My wife of 2 years is smoking hot and she is a rascal in the bedroom. You would think I have it made, right? Think again. She farts in her sleep, bro. And not just a little. It's every fucking night. She never farts around me during her awake hours because she knows how disgusting I think a hot chick farting is. but then I am bombarded with her habitual nocturnal farting all damn night. Bro to bro, do I tell her about this or just accept my fate as an eternal nighttime Dutch oven recipient?
Oh, no.
Oh, oh man.
Jesus.
Well, for starters, my apologies.
That
What a
sucks.
bad
Wow.
situation.
Yeah, that's not an easy fix. Oh man.
I think you stay the Dutch ovener, bro, because you don't want to ruin that rascal in the bedroom or wrinkle that.
Yeah, I just sleep. I'd fall asleep and then I'd go sleep on the couch.
Or like get a different set of covers or something and like just.
Or just get over it, buddy. Like, don't bring it up. Bury it deep down inside.
Yeah, because there's no polite way to hand her a cork and ask her to put it somewhere.
I know. Oh.
No, and if you
Oh man, I apologize. Tell him I am. Oh, well, hey, I'm sorry I don't have the perfect answer. That's not what I'd be looking for.
No.
But again, as long as she's not doing. That's the thing. I don't. I have friends whose wives will like fart in front of them. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't find that shit funny at all. I grew up. My dad farts were like horrible.
Yeah.
You did not. I mean, it was. You'd think you shit on his food.
Yeah, we don't fart in front of each other ever.
That's impressive too, with all the boys in your family too.
Yeah,
like that,
we're
your
not-
dad was like, lock that shit up.
Oh, he would throw us and he'd send us to our room when it was him that did it. It's like we knew we didn't do it. It's like, what the fuck?
That's
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
Do it. We're like, Dad, that was you, man.
Oh,
He's
that's
like,
funny.
Get out of here.
So-
with that's
So I'm not one of those, like, farts to me are just sort of an off-limit thing. I have friends who will fart on their wives. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? And
What an-
she'll have sex with you after that?
That's what I say, man. What an idiot. What
No.
a dumb move. If you want somebody to fuck you and you're farting all over them, that's a
Preach.
no, sir, to me, because I don't care how hot you are. Like this guy, I don't blame his wife. She's not trying to fart.
no, she's asleep.
Yeah,
She's
that's not
asleep.
intentional.
Bless her heart. Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's hilarious, and what a weird situation. Like, I think maybe she's holding them in all day
Yeah,
to
probably.
be nice, and then when she relaxes, that butthole just poof.
Oh, that's.
Or take an Ambien so you sleep through it.
Right?
I mean, I don't
That's
know
the
how
answer.
big these things are, but
Right.
hopefully you could just sort of sleep through it if you take the right pill.
Figure out a way to sleep through it, and yeah, because that is. Yeah, Randall doesn't do that around me either, and it is very much appreciated. Because it's the last fucking thing I want. I mean,
Which is not cute. It's not funny. It's
No.
like, I mean, it's funny when you're 6 maybe, but after that, it's kind of,
No.
I don't see the humor in it.
no, not for somebody that you want to have sex with, and that like they expect you to want to have sex with them after like ripping a fart on you. No thanks.
It's like burping. I don't burp in front, and that to me is not even close to a fart, and those I find like, what are you doing belching, I mean, obviously every once in a while you got to burp or whatever, but
Sure.
to sit there and do the alphabet in front of your wife,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, my only advice to this guy would be, you got to weigh the pros and cons here. And
Yeah.
if you bring that up to her and you open that Pandora's box of making her insecure, you
Yeah.
might lose that rascal in the bedroom that you love. And,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
not
and I
worth it.
would, to me, I would just, yeah, exactly. I just ignore it
And it
because,
might-
again, she's not trying to do it. And if she's smoking hot, then,
Yeah, you got to take something.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. That's like that's her flaw, because everybody that's smoking hot has,
Everybody's got a flaw.
everybody's
Everyone
got-
that's ugly has a flaw. Everybody.
Everybody
has
does.
that shit.
So maybe like someday it'll pass, like her diet will change or something, and
She'll
it'll
get her gallbladder removed or
it'll
something.
go away. Like yes,
Yeah, somehow it reminds me of the Goodwill Hunting scene when he's talking about his wife, how she farts and wakes herself up.
Yes, the great Robin Williams. And he ended up loving it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I give it time; it might grow on you.
Yeah.
that's hysterical.
All
forgot
right, babe,
about
which
that.
one you want?
Okay, let me see. My husband and I are married young, and after 16 years we are married, I find out that I wasn't his first, I was his fourth. I know this sounds like a small issue, but I'm furious. Should I be this mad? Ooh.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I read the whole, I cut out because she sent a whole long thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I left the sentence out. That's
So did he
imperative.
lie to her at first?
Yes, he
Okay.
told her from the beginning that they were both each other's firsts.
Well, I mean, that's
16 years
not
ago.
cool, but
Yeah,
And
but it's
now-
not. Yeah, it's like, is he cheating on you now? Is he? It's like,
Agreed.
he was
I-
probably.
he's young, especially if you're young. People, they lie when they're young and all that sort of stuff.
you
I mean, I
lie.
get how it'd be frustrating. I mean, it's one thing if he was, did a gangbang with your best friends. Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Right.
But if guys just have, because I don't know. I feel like people in general should have a little bit of, it's unfortunate that she didn't get to have her 4 people or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like, if you know what's out there and you marry someone after you've had a few partners, then you know what you're looking for and what you're good with and whatever else. So, I have a different perspective, but if you've been married 16 years, it was a long time ago. And I don't know, I could see being pissed for a while, but it's not like a deal breaker in my opinion.
No, and
No.
clearly he was just trying to protect her feelings back then. And if they were young, of course he's going to lie because the default is to like.
Or he could have been
know?
a young guy that wanted to get laid, and we're all stupid, and
Of
we all
course.
say things.
But it's not like he cheated on her.
Exactly.
It
I agree with both you guys.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, no, and I see, because obviously it's going to piss you off because
Sure.
that naturally it's going to piss you off. But I
Yeah.
just give it time because I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm sure he feels like shit having lied to you. It's like.
And now you know, and just take your time, mull over it, and just move on. Like, don't sit there and make him feel like shit for it. Like.
Yeah, give him a ribbing and all that and whatever else. But I don't think that's some sort of a deal breaker. But I can see how it's frustrating. But I don't think it's that big of an issue.
No.
But I can see she's not wrong for being mad though either. You know what I mean? It's like you're allowed to be mad. Just I wouldn't make any rash decisions and call it off because of that.
Right.
All right. So this one's a good one. Hey, Brooke and Randall, would you mind asking Richard Tillman my question? I'm married in a happy, loving relationship. My problem is unless I'm actively thinking, don't be a dirtbag, I will find myself smiling at or checking out any attractive woman in my vicinity. It's like I wake up halfway through the action and immediately a guilty feeling will arise. I honestly have no desire to have a physical encounter with any of them, but I can't seem to shut down that dirtbag behavior. Any insights as to a cause or solution would be appreciated. I don't think that's so dirtbag. Yeah, I don't think that's so dirtbag.
I think he's being a little hard on himself.
Yeah.
I think you need to cut yourself some slack. I think anything. It's like people look. It's like why they have swimsuit magazines and
Sure.
shit. It's very natural. As long as you're not doing something, a dirtbag is going to walk up when your wife isn't looking and grab someone's ass or be a nefarious pig. I think you can't help notice something that's somebody that's good looking.
Right.
I mean, unless he's like getting like a raging boner and like, I don't know, that seems, you're being too hard on yourself.
I
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's just being hard on himself.
You're still
I
a
think
guy.
He's not doing anything. He's not acting on anything.
Yeah.
And he's just mindlessly, it's like that's your DNA. You're wired that way to a point to notice that shit,
I mean, but be smart enough not to be like, honey, good God, I'd hit that.
Well,
Look at that, honey.
Yeah,
she's way better than you.
Right? I mean, like, if I noticed my wife checking out a dude all the time, I'd be like, okay, some subtlety, lady.
Wait till I go in the store.
Dial it back. Yeah. I mean, it's just natural.
Well, I'll notice if a guy's good looking. I notice if a girl, you notice good looking people, whatever sex they are.
Sure.
Exactly.
Where it's like, wow, that's a pretty husky. What a great looking bulldog. And not it's like shit you notice. It's like, obviously with a human, it's different. You could have maybe a thought or something, but that's just your brain doing your thing. And obviously you're a human, so you can check yourself.
It's interesting.
I think he's just, like you said, being too hard on himself.
Calling himself a dirtbag is odd, though. Like, that's harsh.
It is.
I wonder if I think this guy, maybe he's not
maybe
telling
there's
us the whole
some
story
history
or
there.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he really was a dirtbag and he's trying real hard.
Yeah.
Now that he's married.
That could be it. There's definitely got to be a half truth in there because
we know some people like
seems
that.
kind of odd.
All right, babe. Which one you? I think we got 2 or 3 more. Yeah.
All right. Brooke, I would love to hear Richard's thoughts on whether men and women can just be friends.
All right. First off, fuck me, right?
I know. They were just asking
Brooke,
me.
I would love to hear Richard.
This is my podcast.
I'm out of here. Fuck Randall. All right. No, I'm kidding.
Which never happens. You're the star, babe.
Yeah, sure. But it's a great question. We've had this debate
No, it
before.
is. We have talked about this.
No.
Thank you, man. See,
no,
we are
no,
related,
they can't.
Richard.
No, they can't.
We are
Agreed.
related, sir.
Agreed. Yeah.
We don't need the 23
It's like, there's just absolutely no need for it.
Somebody wants to fuck, maybe not wants to, but will, is what I've always said. Somebody will always is cool with fucking.
Right. I mean, it's just not
I mean,
healthy.
if I have, like, with my guy friends, we could all drink. Nothing's happening, right?
Yep.
You drink with some random girlfriend or whatever, but that's just, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't, I think it's a no-brainer. I feel like, well, that's what makes me laugh about like Mike Pence or someone who can't have lunch with a woman. It's like, you don't have any self-control. You can't even eat with a woman, you sick fuck.
Yeah,
You know,
he
like
can't.
that's embarrassing to me. That shows you have no willpower and you're just a coward. But yeah, no, I mean, like, you could be like, you know, have acquaintances and be friends, but it's like, if my wife was like, yeah, I'm going to go bowling with Chris, I'll go, what?
Well, that's
Right.
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Or like
There's
if
a
her
difference.
best friend is a guy that's not you. Like I think that's right. And like I've been in a relationship like that before where it's like everybody throws around that like work wife or work husband
No,
thing.
hell no.
Like and it's like fuck you. Like that's
Yeah. No, I just think it's disrespectful in general.
It is.
Mhm.
It's so disrespectful.
It just leaves the door open. It's like, okay, sure, say nothing happened, great, fine. Then either both of you are boring as hell, which is, but one of you, I just don't agree with that. I don't think that's the norm.
No, I have skeptical hippo eyes every time. Every time someone's like, "Oh, Sarah's just my best friend," I'm like, dude, stop. You're not fooling me, bro. Sarah's the one you want.
You don't call somebody of the opposite sex your best friend when you're. I mean, unless you're not in a relationship with somebody else, but when you're married, like that's relationship takes priority.
Well, you're just playing stupid because anyone that has half a brain knows what the situation is. Like, yeah, one of you, like you said, one of them wants to do something.
Yeah, and
so
if
many
you're-
people
if-
still do it though.
If you're honest with yourself, what I hate is, and well, I'm so glad Richard answered this correctly. That's how I know we're best friends and family. Is guys that would be like, of course they can. I'm like, you're lying. You're just lying. Stop.
Well, no, they say that because they also want to be able to dip their toe in other like.
Well, and
you
they
know,
don't
like,
want to sound like it's like you know that everybody's an ant. But you know what? Bullshit.
When you want to show that you're secure in your
Sure.
relationship, and
Right.
it's like, okay, well, all you're doing is playing with fire because one of those times
Exactly.
the bowling alley is going to be closed and he's going to put his fingers in something else.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
That's exactly right, and that's how why I think our marriage is so good. And one reason we do this podcast, we've even talked because for one, we've both been married before, but eliminate those unnecessary fucking times that people play with fire. Like that's just so stupid.
Yeah, well, you want to make your partner feel as safe as possible,
Yeah.
right? And that doesn't aid in anything.
Yeah. As
And
little
you'd rather go, like, why the hell would I rather go bowling or whatever? Because I've stuck with bowling, so I'm going to keep it. But
hey, we
but
bowl.
why
so
would you
we're-
rather? Well, why would that might be why I brought it up subconsciously. So why would you rather go bowling with
Someone
this
else.
dude than me?
Yeah. Right.
That's what
Then
I
you're probably married to the wrong dude, or
Right.
or chick, whatever. It's like if you'd rather spend time with this chick, then you're in the wrong relationship.
Well, yeah, and I don't even go out on like girls' nights and stuff because like people, like, and I mean that is very not like the norm, but when I have any free time and like if I'm gonna be going out and doing anything, I want to do it with Randall. So like, for sure I'm not gonna be like, hey, well, me and
Well, that's because
Steven or whatever are gonna
we've
go.
kept it spicy enough to where I actually, if I want to hang out with my buddies, I want you there too. Like it's fun and
Right.
all that shit. You know,
If I'm gonna go out and hang out with some girlfriends, like you're gonna come too, and
that's just
Well, that's because you married right. Like my
Yeah.
wife's a badass. I love going out with her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like we went out last night. We went to our friend had a band, or their band was playing, and we went and had a blast. It's like that's what we like to do.
right.
So,
And you have the most fun when y'all are together. Like, that's the same with me and Randall. Like, when I go out, if I even tried to go out without him, or if like I have to travel for work or something, I'm like, I hate this. I hate it. I'd rather.
yeah.
be
Not
here.
everybody has to be as extreme as where it might
well,
be.
it's not like we won't break off. Like she'll end up in a
Sure.
conversation with dudes, and
Yeah.
I'll be in a conversation. It's like you still bullshit with other people, and
Yeah.
it's
course.
not like you're holding hands and making okay, don't go over there.
No, no,
You
no,
know?
no. Yeah, but enjoy the experience
You're just
together.
out having a fun, and I don't sit there and go, well, why are you talking to that guy over there? It's like,
Mm.
well, so, whatever. You're just the people. You're bullshitting, and having fun. So
Yeah.
we're not like hyper sensitive to each other on that level because we know each other, and also she's like especially when she's boozing, she likes to communicate and joke and have fun, and so do I. So it's kind of you like to just sort of bounce around, and
Yeah.
I think that's perfectly normal. It's not like you
Oh,
need to be right next
100%.
to each other the whole time.
No, and you're confident in your relationship, and you know that she's not grab assing everywhere, and
No, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
yeah.
And-
But yeah, the long and the short of it is no, you should not be having a best friend that is the opposite sex when you're in a
Exactly.
relationship. I mean, if you're not in a relationship, who cares? Fine, whatever.
Yeah, if you're not in a relationship and you need to tell yourself that, and the sad thing is, if you're saying that and you're not in a relationship, You've been friend zoned, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. You just don't realize it yet.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got one that I wrote in, so you don't even see it, and then you can have the last one, babe. Mine is, are you a cake or a pie guy, and why?
You're really talking about food?
Yeah, food.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's a good question. So I'm a pumpkin pie guy,
me too.
I'm a pie guy.
and then I guess I'm a 50-50. I like certain cakes, but pumpkin pie is like my favorite. And I love cheesecake, which is kind of more of a pie, really.
I
let's
love
be honest.
cheesecake too, and
It
it is a
is.
pie. I
It
consider
is.
it a pie because there is no breading.
It's got crust.
Yeah, it's got crust.
Yeah. So I don't know where they got that term, but anyway, yeah. No, I guess I would say both.
Yeah,
which is a cop out, but I'll take cake all day. But to be honest, I'm more of a candy person.
There you
I'd
go.
rather have Skittles and shit. That's not the question. I'm breaking off.
Well, no, that segues into a great question. I was gonna say, what's your favorite candy? I love Skittles. You brought that up.
Starburst.
I'm Starburst.
Yeah, Starburst, Swedish Fish. I'm a big fan of. I like Sour Patch Kids. I like Snickers.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Ruth are an undervalued and underappreciated bar to me.
I'm a score bar, and no one likes score bars but me.
I like 100 grand. People aren't a big fan of those.
I
Are hard
love
to find.
100 grand.
No one likes 100 grand.
I
You
love
guys are
100
weird.
grand.
I love them.
I do too.
I like a
Now,
whatchamacallit.
Joy, I'm not a fan.
Nope.
And I'm not a coconut. I
Nope.
like pina coladas, and that's my coconut.
Brooke hates coconut.
Fucking hate coconut. Like me and my sister both, and nobody ever agrees with us. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, I hate coconut. But like I said, a pina colada, I'll slam those all day. But I don't like. Not a coconut person. Like
No.
Almond Joy, I don't know how they're in business. Or Mounds.
And Mounds.
Really?
No, Mounds are
Yeah.
dog shit. I can eat an Almond Joy. But just a
No.
Mounds, the name alone is
It's
disgusting.
Mount. It's
What,
so
dude, they're right up there
gross.
with Necco wafers. I don't know how they sold one.
I know. Why did you name it that?
Mounds. I mean, who's
It's like calling it piles. or
What guy
something.
in marketing was like, you know what? These are Mounds. Great.
Good idea.
Jeez Louise.
And the worst part about it is at work.
Oh, no shit. Those things are there to stay, but I'm not a fan.
No.
What's crazy though is I'm a pie guy all day. I like like apple, cherry pie
Gross.
for
Oh,
days.
pecan pie is really good too.
Love pecan pie. Love pumpkin pie. But my favorite dessert of all time is strawberry shortcake.
Oh.
So it's weird. So I guess
Yeah.
I like them both too. But I mean, overall, I'll take a nice. If you're going to a store like Kroger or Publix and you're buying from just a crappy normal
Like
deli,
frozen side? Oh.
a pie is gonna outkick
Oh.
one of their shitty cakes every day.
Or just make a cake at home.
It's just my opinion.
I like brownies overall.
Yeah, I
though.
like brownies. I love brownies.
Oh.
brownies with some ice cream is
Yep.
pretty about as
That
good
trumps
as you can
all
do.
that to me.
Yeah, no. But again, I'll take I don't really when I crave like ice cream too. I'll eat like Ben and Jerry's fish food. I could eat buckets of that.
Do you eat hot tamales?
Oh yeah, love hot tamales.
I can eat hot tamales. You can ask Brooke. I'll make a bag. It's funny.
It's like your
that you're such a candy
UFC.
guy. Like when there's a
candy
big
bag.
game or a UFC fight, I'll get like 2 boxes of hot tamales, dump them in a Ziploc bag, dump a bag of Skittles in there,
Sweet tarts.
dump a bag of sweet tarts in there, and like shake it all up and eat the whole fucking
He's like a
thing.
kid. He'll bring it and like
throw
just set
throw
it in-
Sour Patch Kids in that mix. You'll thank me. I'm telling you. I've done exactly what you're talking about, and that combination is outstanding.
Oh, that would be a good addition.
God,
to
it is
your-
a tummy ache though. Like eventually, but I don't care. I'm not going to
But
stop.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
It is worth it. That's a good combo. Yeah. How high do we sound right now talking about candy and brownies and
Dude, who cares? That's my
it's
shit.
making me hungry though for like some sweets.
Yeah.
Killing me.
All right, you want to ask the last one, babe?
Okay, what is the last one? Okay. Richard, do you think it's okay to remove negative people from your life, even if they are close friends or family? Well then.
I think it's a necessity.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you have.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even an option. If somebody's weighing you down, or I think you have to do that.
Even-
I think that's part of being a grown up is choosing who makes you better and who doesn't.
Exactly.
And it can be,
Even if it's family.
unfortunately, it can be sometimes a family member
Mhm.
or somebody that used to be a best friend. And it doesn't even mean that I've had it happen in my life. It doesn't mean that best friend's a sack of shit. But, you know,
they're
you
not
It
good.
doesn't mean
change.
there's any love lost there either. It's just
Just means they're not good for you, and y'all don't make each other's lives better anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're probably not good for them either.
Right.
You know, that's
Sure.
the part of it too. So it's not. It's good for both, I think, if that's the case.
Totally
If
agree.
someone's not benefiting you, you're probably not benefiting them either.
Yep. I've had a few of those.
I have a lot of people ask about that. About they feel bad if they've got a family member and they've had to 86 them from the mix. But man, you can't take that burden on, especially if you have your own family and your own shit. God, that shit can weigh you down. And
That's where I never feel bad. I'm like, I feel like we're both better off. Like, as I've got a couple friends that like, I mean, our whole pool of friends is just smaller and smaller the older we get. But
I think that's normal, though.
it is normal.
As you get older, it dwindles.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, I think I might be that family member.
No, I don't have any family, but it's friends.
Yeah, it's like, wait, now that you say that, no one fucking talks to me. I'm gonna look into that.
You know what? That's strange, but fuck me.
This is the first phone call I had since we last talked.
I'm that guy.
Wait a
Wow,
minute.
you really enlightened me today. Thank you for asking that question.
Who wrote that in? Was it my family?
Was that my mom?
Call me, Mom.
Yeah, hey, hit me up.
This isn't about you, Mom. I wasn't meaning
Yeah,
you.
God.
Oh, shit. Awesome. Well, those were good, man. I want to thank everybody that sent those in. Those were
Yes.
solid.
Yeah, those are good questions.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
And I
good.
apologize to those that got shitty answers.
No.
Oh, hell no. No, those were all.
You answered correctly because we agreed with all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some of those are tough, man. Now, I'll be thinking about that one. I'll be going to go home and kiss my wife for not farting when she's sleeping.
I know, right?
I know. I mean,
You know?
good Lord. I can't
my
imagine that poor
nightmare.
bastard's
Like,
life. And I get
Well, hey,
it.
if that's the worst thing you got to deal with, then
True.
you got a good life, man.
100%. But I can tell from his, like, I believe it. Like, there's a lot of questions that come in where I'm like, you know what, I'm skeptical about this.
No,
Just
maybe
the wording alone, I believe this
you
guy.
would be just as distraught.
I absolutely would be. I would be reaching out for help.
Well, and there's a reason he's reaching out here because that's
Sure.
not something you want to bring up to your buddies. That's an intimate thing.
Sure.
So, you know, that's something he definitely is struggling with. And I just, I hope the best.
I know, and that is definitely something we're not shy to talk about. Sex, farts, whatever.
No, not if it helps somebody. I mean, I want to.
I
For
know.
one, I would feel awful if this guy made a stupid, rash decision and ruined his smoking hot wife that's a handful in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, don't be
I just
dumb.
don't think it's that big of a deal personally. You know, as much as I'm
No.
not a fan of farting, it's a totally incidental, non-thought, you know, she's not trying to do it. Just let it be, man. It's
Exactly.
not, just make it less of a deal than you're making it.
I know what I would do, though. I would, like, after this became, like, after a couple weeks of it starting, I would be, like, examining her face and making sure she's not, like, pushing and faking us. Like, as long as she's
Babe.
dead ass asleep, then I don't blame her. But if she's, like, fucking with me and she's... Then,
Yeah, like secretly trying to get me to divorce her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I would investigate. Or if she giggled or some shit, like, how bad is that, though?
You can't go by that either because I talk and say all kind of crazy shit in my sleep.
No, you're a nightmare. She's woke up and she's been about to jump out of our window.
I woke up-
at night.
Yeah, standing on my nightstand, had opened the window and like thrown the curtains open.
Crazy.
We have a screen, thank God. And then as soon as like the night air like hit my face, I like woke up and then had to get my bearings. Like, hang on, what's happening? Where am I standing? Oh, I'm on the nightstand. What?
Wow, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's woke up punching me, thinking that a bug was on her.
It usually has something to do with spiders.
Yeah, and I wake up and I'm like at first I was pretty, disturbed by it. Like I'd be like, what the hell? Now I'm like, babe, for God's sake, please stop assaulting me. Please.
Mostly it's I'll wake up. It's like it's a very mild version of like night terrors, I guess. Like I'll wake up. Like I woke up. The most recent one I remember is I was standing up next to the bed, like holding onto the closet door. Like in my dream, I don't know what the fuck was happening. Like I was falling or being like pulled somewhere, and because it was like my orientation was all off. I thought I was on the floor holding the wall. It was, and I was like, and I
You
was
have some
yelling.
Vivid dreams.
I was
babe.
yelling, and then as soon as I realized I was in our bedroom at night, like, and I was like, and you were just still sleeping. I'm like, this is fucked up. I was sitting here yelling, and he's still sleeping.
Yeah, I would never hear your farts anyway because once I'm asleep, I'm gone.
And,
No, I'm dead when I'm sleeping.
and clearly you're immune to my night terror.
Yeah, they no longer bother me. They're a norm. Well, all right, man. Well, we'll let you run, Richard, man. That's everything we got, and I don't want to hold you for a long time. Especially, I don't want to keep you walking around the neighborhood and get you arrested
We don't want to get
again.
you.
Right? No, I kept moving. The problem was I was going back and forth. I've decided I'm just going to keep walking forward.
He's like 30 miles away from home right now.
You got to call your wife for a ride now.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just take the train back.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us again. It's
Hey,
so
of course.
fun.
Thanks for having me. I love it. Let me know. I'll be back on whenever you want.
Absolutely, brother. And we want to make sure everybody knows how to reach out and get Lunatics. If they're a first-time listener, Richard is the owner and creator of Lunatics children's books.
As you can tell by the dialogue, I'm a children's book author.
Yes, clearly.
Well, yes. And
clearly.
Richard has a clear motto that I like from the first one is, when he's having adult conversations, he talks like an adult, but he does have an awesome set of children's books that we own and highly promote and recommend. So how can they get those, Richard?
Just go to lunatics.com, just LUNATIKES, and get them there.
Good
Beautiful.
stuff.
Well, all right, brother, man. Well, we'll be in touch, man. We appreciate it.
All right.
This was awesome
Well, be
as
good.
always.
Keep up the good work.
All right,
Thank
brother.
I'm listening to you guys.
All right, man. See you, buddy.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Bye.
Peace.
Well, there it is.
Yay, that was so fun.
Always fun.
I hope he's not too far from his house.
No. He's easy, man. That's why I could have him every episode. It's easy.
I know. I just love his whole attitude towards everything.
Dude,
life.
we're so related, though.
You guys are.
It was dicey. Like I was like, please don't be different than me on these. Couple the make or break. The not liking farting is huge. He had no idea that I'm the same way.
Huge. And the whole, the way, obviously him and his wife's relationship is very similar to ours, whereas,
I like that.
they clearly are very secure, but,
they enjoy each other.
They enjoy each other, and there's no need to try and be super friends with all these external factors and things.
It was
so
huge for me
that
he answered no on that question. And he would never know that that it was that huge.
I know.
It was a breath. I was relieved. I was like, please, these two are huge.
Yeah.
Like the farts and came through like a champion. So no need for the 23andMe.
I know. You guys are clearly
brothers.
related. Yeah, he's awesome. Hopefully we will get to talk to him again soon. Maybe we'll have him back on his 1 year anniversary in July, because July is when he came on the first time.
Yeah, we'll do more. We'll gear the next one more toward Lunatics and stuff.
Yeah, and maybe we can convince his wife to come on. But
that would be awesome. She sounds amazing.
I know. We're clearly all friends too, even though we don't know her.
But I want to thank everybody for the questions. Came through like a champ. These were good ones.
Yep.
Funny with a message.
We appreciate it. And we got to give a shout out to our sponsors first before we go.
Oh, sure.
Muscle Vodka. We kind of gave them a shout out when we did our shot.
Yeah.
MuscleVodka.net. Use code marriedAF. Get 10% off. And make sure you also keep your butts clean and go to biobidet.com and use the code marriedAF and get yourself a bidet. The thing's fucking awesome. And Spunk Lube.
Yeah. Well.
And also go to wehavemerch.com.
No, they're closing.
Fuck me.
He just announced it on Twitter. They close on the 29th of this month. He's closing up shop.
Just fucking added the link to our show notes because I kept forgetting, and then.
Yeah, I've got a line on a couple of other. He's just shutting. I don't know why. He just announced that he's shutting. Down shop.
I wonder why.
We'll have a new.
He was
merch.
like the podcast guy, like the independent podcast guy, because it's like all our crews on there.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, I mean we've already got the other T-shirt campaign that we use with
T-Blaster.
So. Yeah.
So yeah, you can also go to tblaster.com and search for Married AF. That's where we still have the original
super soft original man that Richard Tillman wears.
The one that we wear to bowling, with the logo of our glorious faces on it, where Gunnar says, "Mommy, you look so pretty, and Daddy looks silly."
True, it is true.
But yeah.
People don't realize though how ridiculous your outfit is. Like everyone's like, "Brooke looks great," and I'm like, "That is a hideous She tried real hard to look hideous.
I did. I tried real hard to look ridiculous.
Too much makeup and everything, and people are like, "You look beautiful."
I had so much fucking makeup on. I hated it.
Well, you wear so little. I knew immediately. It was like, "Good Lord."
I wear zero.
I know. So I was like, "Good God."
So clearly, I need to wear some makeup because everybody's like, "Oh, you look great."
What is Randall doing though?
What's with the dog?
And the 2 watches.
Emilio's face is the best because Emilio is the only one that gets it in the picture where he's like, "Fuck these people."
That's why we used him.
I know. He's like, "I hate them."
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you ready to go watch some Walking Dead?
Yes, please.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. You guys enjoyed Richard Tillman. We did, and check out Lunatics and all the sponsors. And if you don't, go fuck yourself.
And if you do,
Go fuck yourself still.
bye.